Ricky Lambert here with you with the colour of Country Life, Flow FM. For our Victorian and New South Wales listeners, a couple of topics I wanted to cover with you. Let's go to New South Wales first. And an interesting comment from Mark Latham from the Pauline Hanson One Nation Party. He has said that Premier Gladys Berejiklian has already conceded defeat in the Upper Hunter by-election set for May 22. And this, he mentions, is similar to the approach taken by Zach Kirkup, the former Liberal leader in Western Australia, who conceded defeat several weeks out from the election, and his party was reduced to simply 2 seats in the parliament. It's a phenomenal tactic by Gladys Berejiklian. It's almost Kevin Sheedy-esque in the underdog tag debate. She's trying to claim that they've got no hope in winning, in somehow trying to attract public support. But as Mr Latham points out, Matt Keane, the Environment Minister there, has appointed Malcolm Turnbull, who Mr Latham describes as 2 Green Liberals, to be in charge of some climate policy for the New South Wales government. And the concerning thing is that the Upper Hunter is very reliant on coal, and what this signals, and I think this is why there was footage of Mr Latham appearing with Mr Fitzgibbon, the Labor federal member, at a mining council-sponsored NRL match between the Newcastle Knights and the St George Illawarra Dragons. I think Mr Latham sees some opportunities for Pauline Hanson's One Nation, given they polled over 20% in that region in the last federal election. There's been talk that the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party could win the seat. It is a great opportunity for an independent or one of those non-major parties to win that particular seat. And it's quite relevant because it could send the Gladys Berejiklian government into minority. Meanwhile, further south in Victoria, there's some really positive data that's come out over the Easter period showing that Victorian holiday makers have spent over $6.8 billion in rural communities in the previous year, $6 million more than they spent in the metropolitan area. When you consider that 40% of all of the JobKeeper reliance in the nation was from Victoria, and the combined effect of bushfires, natural disasters and of course COVID has had an $8 billion impact on regional Victoria, it's really positive that the state and federal governments have created incentives with airfares and also with the regional holiday vouchers to ensure that Victorians and other Australians are getting down into Victoria's regions, down on the Great Ocean Road and up in the Victorian Murray, out in the Wimmera, up around Hillsville Sanctuary, checking out the wonderful local sites and supporting local businesses who are really needing a lot of help to get back on their feet after a terrible couple of years, and they are still lacking those international visitors who really are keen to see those wonderful things that Victoria has to offer.